Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Monday the 27th of June 2022. Now, it was joked the other day that when Benik Afobe's deal to Belgium Club Brugge fell through, that it was because he had heard of the Zian Flemming signing and he was rushing to come to Millwall. Well, that's no longer a joke. He is actually signing for Millwall, apparently. We haven't had no official announcement yet, but apparently people in the know have saying that the deal has been done. So this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk and it says Millwall agree permanent deal for Stoke City striker Benik Afobe. Millwall have agreed a deal to sign Benik Afobe on a permanent basis. The Lions thought they had missed out on the Stoke City frontman last week as he closed in on a transfer to Club Brugge. But Afobe switched to the Belgian outfit, who will play in the Champions League next season, collapsed. Now Millwall are set to sign Afobe on a 12-month contract. Yes, 12-month contract. Why is that? So it's effectively, he's in the last year of his deal at Stoke, so you can't loan him. If they loaned you him, there'll be morons to do that. So what it is, it's technically a signing. It's technically a permanent deal, but it's effectively a loan. Now, why would they do that? Well, here's the thing: if he gets injured, a long injury, tough titties for us. He's our player technically now. He's on a permanent deal. If he was on loan, and then he would have to go back to Stoke. There would be that clause in it. Also, in terms of, I think payment. I think if it's a loan deal, you need to pay sooner rather than later. If it's a permanent transfer that you're paying a transfer fee for, there are terms in place that I think you can delay the payment of that fee over the next couple of years. I think at least maybe 2, maybe more than that. I don't really know how it works. I know that is a possibility. You don't have to pay when you see all these transfers and the transfer fee. That doesn't get paid straight away. That gets paid like year by year. Like this much money after on this date, then this much after this date, and then so on and so on. You know what I mean? So that's how it goes. So it's effectively a loan, but it's technically a permanent signing, or it's a transfer. It's not permanent because it's just for one season. The former Arsenal forward, who had a year left to run on his Stoke deal, scored 13 goals in all competitions during a season-long stay with the Lions in the 21-22 Championship campaign. Afobe is due to have his medical at the Calmont Road training ground this afternoon. The plan is for Afobe and midfielder George Honeyman, set to sign from Hull City, to fly out to Ireland tonight to link up with Garrett squad, who have just started a training camp. Mill's first piece of business transfer window saw them break their club record transfer fee as they paid $1.7 million for Zian Flemming. The attacker, who can play anywhere across the front line, has been earned squad number 10. So we haven't had any official confirmation yet, but the guys who do the filming and the videos and all that, they are out in Ireland with the first team doing training. They put some videos up on Twitter. There's a video on Recast. It's only like 90 seconds long, but they've edited it up, so they must have done a lot more filming than that and just edited it down to 134, and it cost you 5 credits on Recast app. Don't forget, we're not sure yet, but the Recast app will be taking over from iFollow, so sign up for that. Start watching the ads to get the free credits. You don't have to watch the ads, just click on for them to run, turn the volume down. Just don't worry about it. Just get your credits in the bank now. I'm pretty sure what the free pre-season game is going to be on. Maybe the Dartford game. I don't know how Dartford work. They might want to cut that because it's out their ground. But I think definitely the Ipswich game that is at the Den will be on live broadcast. So we've read this. So Benik Afobe looks set to be signing for Millwall and George Honeyman. So I imagine tomorrow the deal will be announced. If they flew out tonight to go to Cork, then they'll do bits and pieces filming them tomorrow, then put it up if it's done. Hopefully it's done. I'm not too sure. And as just said in that piece at the end, Zian Flemming is Mill's new number 10. This is also from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. Zian Flemming has been handed the number 10 shirt at Millwall. The Lions broke their transfer record when they completed a £1.7 million deal for a Dutchman, 23, over the weekend. Striker Matt Smith had the number 10 shirt for the first part of last season, before he was allowed to join Salford City. Sheffield United loanee Oliver Burke then took it after he switched in January. Mason Bennett had been pitched in that number when Millwall returned to pre-season training. This is where it gets interesting. I promised him, Flemming, the number 10 shirt this summer. Lions manager Gary Rowett told the South London Press. I think Benno tried to nab it when he came back, and I didn't know about it. Mace was fine about it. Sometimes when the manager is on holiday, players are swapping shirts and trying to get all sorts of numbers off the kit man. Usually it has to be done officially. It was something we had promised him, Flemming, and something he had asked for. It was just a genuine mistake. I think Benno is going to stick with his old one. I've said to him that he has got a big season. We talk about signing players, but someone like Mason has probably got more ability than anyone in our squad, including people who we can sign. I expect Mace to have a really, really strong season. He is one who's come back looking fabulous. I'm hoping he can really kick on this year. Well, he needs to stay fit. That's the problem with him. He is a very good player, but he doesn't do it game after game because he's not there, because he gets injured. Silly little injuries that leave him out. Then when he comes back, he has to work his way back in. It's just stop start. It's not really what we want from him. So yeah, there's already been a bit of kerfuffle over the number 10 shirt. Zian Flemming wants it. He's got it. And Mason Bennett has to pick another number now. So we'll see what that is about. We've got more from Gary out now, so he's obviously speaking to some people out there. I don't know what's that. Maybe he's doing it on Zoom. Is Richard Corley out in Cork with them? I doubt it. But this is again from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. Gary Rowett is confident that Millwall set for further transfer breakthroughs this week. Well, this was in the morning before the Benik Afobe thing was announced, so we certainly know that there's that. He said 3 or 4 in the pipeline the other day, so that was before George Honeyman. So George Honeyman's 1, Benik Afobe's 2. So we've got 3 and 4. So we've got 2 more to come, maybe. He said 3 or 4 they're still working on. Who is that? There's some rumours online. Maybe Louis Sibley, we're going back in for him. He's had a bit of a tough time recently. 2 weeks ago, his girlfriend was attacked in the city centre, and they put a police appeal out. So maybe he wants to get out of Derby. There are some rumours that Nottingham Forest might be trying to sign him, but be a bit of a tough one to go from Derby to Nottingham Forest. But it's not beyond the realms of possibility. It's not, certainly not Celtic and Glasgow Rangers. And the South Londoners are close to bringing in Hull City's George Honeyman. The midfielder has headed down to South London for his medical. Rowett told the South London Press, "We're working hard to bring quality in. You see this with someone like Zian, it was worth waiting. We've got other players, different types of fits and characteristics, but we're very close to bringing 1 or 2 more in, and a couple that might be behind that as well." Jesus, how many are we signing? So 1 or 2 more in. So one of that was Benik, and so then another couple that won't be far beyond. So yeah, so it's another 2. We spoke about increasing our numbers. We are low on numbers, but it's not about filling the numbers. It's about bringing the right players in, and we're working very, very hard to do that. I'm excited for the next 7 to 10 days because I like to think our squad won't be a million miles away by that time. Indeed. So not only that, but in terms of loan players coming in, will we get any loan players coming in? Now you imagine if we're going to get loan players in, that's because we've got loan players going out. So as has he promised, he's having a look at the youngsters in pre-season. He's having a look at Alofi. He's having a look at Alex Mitchell. Will they be involved in the squad, or will they get loaned out? If they get loaned out, I expect we're probably going to get loans in. But who knows? Maybe he's seen them, sees that they are good enough to be in the squad. So then he said, "Okay, we can save some money on that, and we use the money that we would have brought a lone defender in or a lone attacker in to cover for Isaac Tanto and Alex Mitchell, and he's seen, well, yeah, they're good enough to be here. We don't need to loan them out. We don't need to loan anyone else in. So he's using that budget to sign the 4 players that he's looking at. So interesting stuff there. So, and more from newsatden.co.uk from Gary Rowett. Millwall bought some pre-season and tactical tweaks. So Mill's pre-season preparations are now underway, with the new season due to start in just under 5 weeks. The Lions will fly out to Ireland later today, where they'll host a short training camp at Fota Island Resort in Cork. Gary Rowett's side will then play 3 friendly matches upon their return to South London in July, starting with away games at Dartford and Colchester before hosting Ipswich Town a week before the start of the upcoming Championship campaign. Speaking to News at the Millwall boss explained why those 3 opponents were chosen for their pre-season preparations. The aim is always to build up the challenge and have different tests within there. Ideally, you want to start a non-league and build all the way up to Premier League or equivalent opposition, which didn't happen. They would Gary out let it out of the bag. They were trying to get a foreign team in for that last game. Obviously, it didn't happen. I said it was probably maybe SC Braga, could have been, I don't know, but it didn't work out. So then we ended up with Ipswich, which was a massive downer for everyone, which I think kind of contributed to the morose attitude that was around. We had, to be honest, 3 dog shit friendlies. We hadn't signed anyone, and everyone's kind of a bit pissed off and a bit annoyed. I think that contributed. If we had a decent friendly for that last one, maybe the fans might have been a bit G'd up. But I mean, it's completely turned around now. Signing Zian Flemming, George Honeyman, Benik Afobe deal looks set. I mean, and still 2 more to come, Gary, I reckon. So I mean, it's completely turned around now. I think we're all buzzing for the new season to start. It's not just about playing games and winning games. It's more about the conditioning of the players and about working tactically in different games. We've got a nice blend of those and a pretty robust training program within that. In some of the games, the players will be fatigued on purpose because that's part of the physical program. Much of the preparation will actually be off the pitch, as Rowett is keen to make tactical changes ahead of the new campaign. Millwall spent much of last season playing with a back 5, and the Lions manager is keen to persevere with his preferred formation. We found a system that we think really works for us, but we've got to improve to stay where we are. There's teams that won promotion from this division playing a 5. There's teams who've won Champions League playing a 5. And there's teams who've won the World Cup playing a 5. It's how you play the 5, and our challenge is to improve it. We're always flexible to change. Last season we played 5-2-1-2 a lot more, so we had to tweak on that 5-2-3 system. We flipped to a 4 in different games to chase it. You start off with the basics of what you want to do, which I think will be the 5, but what we need is more options within that 5 so we can change during games. That's the key. We're not going to go gung-ho every game because it's all about balancing football. What effect that'll have on next season's results remain to be seen, but Rowett is optimistic the Millwall can finally bridge the gap to the playoff places if their summer recruitment is good enough. To a certain degree, I think we'll see more of the same, but we need to improve in certain areas. Most of our success so far has been built on very strong, aggressive defensive foundations. We're the type of team and type of club where we have to have that competitive nature about us. We have to be a team that's really difficult to play against. We want to try and move the team down a slightly different route where we can attack with a few more numbers and a little bit more incision and quality. We have to stay true to how we want to play, but we need to improve that. We finished just outside the top 6 previously, and everyone knows that the aim is to try and get in that top 6. So to do that, we need to bring some different players in with different attributes, and we need to continue to strengthen the squad in a similar way to last year. Millwall will start the season at home to Stoke City on 30th of July before heading to Bramall Lane to face Sheffield United the following Saturday. The Lions have also been drawn away to Cambridge United in the first round of the Carabao Cup. So yeah, Gary Rowett talking about formations, 5 at the back. But how are you going to do it? I think maybe, I've said before, maybe you need to look at how you play in away games, because our away form isn't that. Maybe you do. You need to add an extra midfielder for away games. I think you need to battle in the middle of the park. And usually the thing is to take an attacker and move them into the middle. Maybe you move. Maybe we go 3-1-4-2, 3-1, 3-1-4-1-1, something like that. We really do need to improve our away form. It's not good enough. So we're going to move on to this now. This story from millfc.co.uk. Zian Flemming's first Mill training session. So Zian Flemming trained with his new Mill teammates for the first time on Monday morning as the Lions pre-season camp in the Republic of Ireland got underway. The Dutchman was joined by first team squad members and academy stars as Gary Rowett put them through their paces after touching down in Cork, and you can look at the gallery from day one below. Yeah, there's a little video, like I said, it's on Recast app, and you can see there, look, the fellow on the right there taking pictures. So he's obviously involved in this. So he's there with the first team squad, which is probably why we haven't got any pictures of George Honeyman signing or Benik Afobe signing. Imagine we'll get them when they arrive in Ireland tomorrow. So don't panic. But here you go. So Zian Flemming there in the middle, number 10. On the left, dead spit, looks like his twin brother there. I believe that is Alfie Allen. Nana Boateng there. B-Side Top Lodge there on the right. So there he is there. And again with Danny McNamara closing him down. Ryan Leonard there. Bart Biakowski, Ryan Sanford. I just want to mention, so these shorts, I don't like these shorts. This is what I was worried about, the main kit, and these long sleeve things as well. There's 4 chevrons on there, or maybe 5. Too many chevrons for me personally. There's Jake Keeper, and here we go. There is everyone more or less. Believe, I'm not too sure. I think that's George Walker. I'm not too sure. On number 44, the one on the left of Hutch. So I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but I think he's changed his haircut. I think he might be growing it out to put dreads in like Tyler Berry has. I believe that's George Walker. I'm not too sure. And everyone else is there as well. There's Alfie Allen there at front. Billy Mitchell behind him. Obviously, no George Saville yet, because he did play. I think he was involved in 3 games for Northern Ireland. He was injured for the last one, so he went back early. So there's Alex Mitchell there staring down the photographer, and yeah, you can see there Tom Bradshaw there, George Evans. More pictures. And interesting look there. So they've obviously brought the balls with them. It looks like these are the official match balls. So they are training with the actual new football, the Puma ball that I told you about in the previous video. They've got it there. They're training with it. Hopefully that is good for them, and get used to it. There's Mason Bennett. Big season for him. Hope he doesn't get injured again. Hayden Muller there. It certainly looks like they're being put through their paces. Interesting stuff. Zian Flemming there working up a sweat. And we're back to the beginning, I believe. This is the new website, just loops it around and around. Yeah, that's the beginning one, yeah. So there you go. That's training session at the Cork Centre, Photo Island. And as I said, if you go on the Recast app, if you haven't signed up yet for it yet, there is like a 90-second video there that's like five credits to watch. So and if all of this has got you a little bit of a stiffy, all these signings, you're getting a bit infused, you're getting enthusiastic, do not forget, I'll share this with you, there's 3 days to go for the saver period on season tickets. It's runs until the 30th of June. So Thursday, this Thursday. If from Friday, it's going to jump up in price, and you'll see how much. If you look in the top left box, Barry Kitchener upper, West upper, it's $4.95 now. After from Friday, it will jump up to $5.60. That's a 65 quid increase on a full adult in the West upper. And there are various jumps across. I think the worst one is for full adults. If you've got the concession, if you're over 63, if you're in armed forces, if you're an 18 to 21, it goes up. It's less of a jump. It goes up from 292 for the West upper to 330. So what was that? £38. Still up. That's enough to buy one of these new shirts. Because don't forget, the Lion store and the website is open from Friday the 1st of July. These new shirts that you've been, I don't know which one you can get. I'm not sure if they'll have the away one yet. Maybe just the home and the training kit. But from the 1st of July, you can buy the new kit. So that's enough money there if you are planning on buying a season ticket now to save. If you do it on Wednesday and Thursday, get it through then. The money you're saving will be enough to buy a new top or whatever else you want to use it for. So just a heads up on that. If you're excited about Zian Flemming signing, Benik Afobe signing, George Honeyman signing, and apparently two or three more signing, God knows who they are. Maybe Louis Sibley. So we'll see. But if you are excited enough to buy a season ticket, do it on Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, and you'll save a lot of money if you are a full grown adult, and you'll save less money if you're in one of the other categories. So there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.